So, these days, especially young population think that they can manage their money on their own. So, why right financial advisor is important and crucial in everyone's life?
Yes, every month you have some surplus left with you and you're doing SIP in a fund. That is good. That's a welcome start. But ultimately, everybody should sit together with somebody who's a wealth manager or a financial advisor.
आशीष, currently markets are at all time high. लोगों में डर है कि markets कहीं गिर तो नहीं जाएगी. तो इस लेवल पे इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए क्या राइट अप्रोच होनी चाहिए एक रिटेल इन्वेस्टर की? And what gives you confidence that India growth story will continue for next 5, 7, 10 or 15 years?
25 years back, if somebody entered into the stock market and lost money, it was as good or as bad as losing money on the race course or losing money in gambling. But today, at least if you lose money in the stock market, it's an acceptable way of losing money. If you've seen the data, in our country, literally every year, 2.5 crore people are turning 21, 22, 23. In every 1 year age bracket, there are 2 to 2.5 crore people. तो लेकिन अगर 50 लाख लोगों को भी अच्छा जॉब मिल रहा है, अच्छा वेतन मिल रहा है, तो they are, where will they go? They will enter the saving and investing market, right?
Hello and welcome to our special interview series, Seedhi Baad Investment Gurus. I'm Pawandeep Singh Kohli, Managing Partner of Credence Investments. Today, let's learn directly from this house's mouth कि एक रिटेल इन्वेस्टर की क्या स्ट्रैटेजी होनी चाहिए to create wealth with rising India. और ये भी समझते हैं इस कॉम्प्लेक्स फाइनेंशियल वर्ल्ड को कैसे डिकोड किया जाए.
Hi, I'm Neha Jain Sapra, Managing Partner, Credence Investments. Today, I'm very excited to welcome Mr. Ashish Somaya, Executive Director and CEO of White Oak Asset Management Company. Prior to White Oak, he was a part of Motilal AMC, where under his leadership, he took the company from 1,300 crores of assets to 42,000 crores of assets. Ashish, truly remarkable. I think we have a lot to learn from you. And prior to Motilal, he was heading sales in ICICI Prudential for almost 12, 13 years. So thank you so much, Ashish, for taking out time from your busy calendar today.
Thank you.
So
Thank
now
you, Neha and Pawan. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. So let me straight jump to my first question, Ashish. Ashish, you've been the veterans of this industry who have witnessed 25 years. आपने इस इंडस्ट्री को 1 लाख करोड़ से 60 लाख करोड़ तक ग्रो होते हुए देखा है and the counting is still on, or I would say this is just the beginning. We don't know, this is a new beginning, I would say. Number of investors who are joining hands in this industry are rapidly increasing. We would like to know how the landscape of this industry has evolved in so many years and how we expect this industry to help retail investors build their wealth in times to come.
Yes, actually, Neha and Pawan, last say, जैसा आपने बताया, in last 25 years, there are three, very big, major, significant changes because of which, mutual fund industry and overall, अगर आप देखें capital market, meaning, you look at mutual fund, you look at private sector insurance, you look at the broking industry,
Right.
whichever way you see, people's participation straight into capital market.
Correct.
That has changed dramatically in 25 years. According to me, there are three reasons for this. The first reason is, there is a proverb in English which basically says that habits change with generations, right? So, say 25 years back when I started my career, my mother used to work in State Bank, and obviously I was the first person from capital market to enter capital markets in my family, over a period of time. So, but my mother didn't know about capital markets. So she told me that, बेटा स्टेट बैंक में अकाउंट खोल लो और जैसे आपका एम्प्लॉय प्रोविडेंट फंड तो कटता ही है, right? That goes, and then if you have more money to save, then you open a PPF account and you will get 12%. Or people used to say do savings, post office saving, national saving certificate, small saving scheme, etc. So 25 years back, that was the standard advice that this is how you save. And that time, there was no need to go into stock market because if government of India is borrowing at 12%, if government of India gives you 12% tax free, then who goes to stock market, right? I mean, only if you
Correct.
have money to play. Because कुछ नहीं करने का अगर 12% tax free मिल रहा है तो आप क्यों कुछ करोगे, right? Why will
Absolutely.
you
That
take
is
risks?
wonderful return. Absolutely.
Yeah. So people who went to the stock market were only the people, or mutual funds were only the people who had some extra money to play around, and who wanted 20-25%. It is play money, it is satta. Second thing I'll tell you is that 25 years back, if somebody entered into the stock market and lost money, it was as good or as bad as losing money on the race course or losing money in gambling. बोले भाई तुम गए क्यों वहाँ पे, right?
Correct.
But today, I'm not saying that everybody is successful trader, but today, at least if you lose money in the stock market, it's an acceptable way of losing money. It is not comparable with gambling right? So one is this major change. Second, within the same thing, you must have noticed that interest rates have fallen dramatically, because that time government was borrowing at 12% tax-free. Today there is nothing tax-free and government is borrowing at 6.5%.
Correct.
The third thing which has changed, obviously, is that everything is now digitized and everything is, like you read about a mutual fund company, you read about a broking company, you can be their customer in the next 3 minutes, right? No paper involved. Download an app, put your Aadhaar, PAN, maybe they'll make you digitally sign something, verify some OTP, you are on. So,
Correct.
Because of these 3 or 4 transformations, one is the generational change of habit. Today, if you go to a 19, 20, 21-year-old and say, बेटा आप पोस्ट ऑफिस में अकाउंट ओपन कर लो, आपको 12% मिलेगा, वो बोलेगा यार उसका UI UX ठीक नहीं है. Right? So, all these, interest rate changes, digitization, generational changes of habits and preferences, all these things has caused the industry to explode literally. And I think it is just the start. Because actually, the last point I want to tell you, जब बार-बार लोग demographics वगैरह बोलते हैं कि we have a young population, etc. But people don't realize literally what it means. You will be surprised maybe if you've seen the data. In our country, literally every year, 2.5 crore people are turning 21, 22, 23. In every 1 year age bracket, there are 2 to 2.5 crore people.
Amazing.
Now, our challenge is to give jobs to these 2 to 2.5 crore people. लेकिन अगर 50 लाख लोगों को भी अच्छा जॉब मिल रहा है, अच्छा वेतन मिल रहा है, तो where will they go? They will enter the saving and investing market, right? So these are the major changes, I think, and that's why I believe it is just the start.
I think this data, what you've said, just the last line, that every year we are adding 2.5 crores of people who are earning money or who have that, capability of earning money.
They are progressing one year, उनका age, earning age में बढ़ते जा रहे हैं.
I think itself is a very, very important data point that how mutual fund industry has just begun. And we are, there's a lot more to go from here.
Absolutely.
Ashish, currently markets are at all-time high. लोगों में डर है कि markets कहीं गिर तो नहीं जाएगी. तो इस लेवल पे इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए क्या राइट अप्रोच होनी चाहिए एक रिटेल इन्वेस्टर की? And what gives you confidence that India growth story will continue for next 5, 7, 10 or 15 years? So वहाँ पे what do you think?
So Pawan, first I would like to clarify that anybody who's investing into equity mutual funds, investing into stock market, shares, etc. अब क्या है कि अगर आप 1 या 2 या 3 कंपनी का शेयर्स लेके बैठे हो, तब तो your risk profile is very different.
Correct.
But let us just talk about a mutual fund which may be holding a diversified portfolio. In this case, the risk works differently because you're holding a basket of stocks. You're not holding 1 or 2 stocks. So I'm not talking about 1 or 2 stocks. I'm talking about a basket. Now, what we have seen, whether you look at index as basket or whether you look at a actively managed portfolio as a basket, basically हमने क्या देखा है कि each and every year, practically, every year from its highest point, एक आध बार मार्केट 10-15% हर साल गिरता है.
करेक्ट.
और ऑन एन एवरेज औसतन है ना हर 24 महीने में ऑन एन एवरेज इन एवरी 24 months द मार्केट मेक्स अ न्यू हाई.
राइट.
So what happens is that within the year, within couple of years, in any time band you look, there may be volatility. But ultimately every year after falling 10 to 15% from its previous high and every 2 years making a new high, net the market has been inching or trending upwards. So इसका बोलने का क्या मतलब है कि भाई if you are holding a basket and if you have a reasonable time frame, तो आपका लॉस तो नहीं होने वाला. ये ऊंच नीच लगी रहेगी, लेकिन अगर आप एक रीजनेबली लॉन्ग टाइम फ्रेम पकड़ के रखते हैं ना तो लॉस नहीं बनता.
करेक्ट.
दैट इज वन थिंग. Second thing, जैसे on a lighter note, sometimes I explain to people, when you watch a Hindi movie, Bollywood, sometimes they get very dramatic. You must have seen, when there is a crunch situation, there will be the protagonist who is under trouble for some reason. And then there'll be some sagely wise old person who will be giving advice to this protagonist. एंड बहुत बार मैंने ऐसा सुना है डायलॉग कि भाई इट सेज दैट बेटा वक्त हर जख्म को भर देता है.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
वो रियल लाइफ में कितना वर्क करता है मेरे को नहीं पता है, स्टॉक मार्केट में पक्का वर्क करता है वो मेरे को पता है.
Correct.
Because time is the biggest healer. It definitely applies to a portfolio of equities. I don't know how much it applies to life or business. Correct.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that is one. Now it is true. Coming to your original question, this is just a perspective. But coming to your original question, yes, it is true that market is at a high compared to what we have seen over many years.
Correct.
So that's why I wanted to say that bhai, it makes a new high very frequently. उसमें कोई नई बात नहीं है. Now coming to if you want to invest now, see it's like this. I don't think that on a 4-5 year basis अगर आप देखेंगे, देखिए बहुत लोग जो बोलते हैं ना मार्केट बहुत ऊपर चला गया, विली निली जाने अनजाने में they are taking the bottom of COVID as a reference point.
Right, right.
See, people will say कि भाई in last 4 years it has gone up 3x. It's gone
Correct.
up a lot. Correct. Now, should you take the bottom of COVID as your reference point? That's the basic question. Because why did COVID के पहले at the highest point market was 12,200,
Right.
12,400. Sorry, February 2020, 12,490. After that, we thought we are the next dinosaur. World will come to an end. Case fatality rate will be 5%. Vaccine will take 10 years. Banks NPAs will get banks net worth will get wiped out. That's why we announced a moratorium. So when it went to 8,700, we were expecting the worst case to play out for few months.
Right.
But what actually happened, the worst case did not play out. First the market fell. By November 2020 तो हम लोग ने पहले का 12,490 को पार कर दिया था ना. By November
Cross कर दिया.
2020 तो we were making new highs.
Right.
So main point क्या है कि भाई कोविड का बॉटम को रेफरेंस पॉइंट नहीं लेना चाहिए, क्योंकि वो जो बॉटम था that was made by assuming the worst case didn't play out. So don't take that as your reference point. If you have the wrong reference point, you will always draw the wrong conclusions and comparisons.
Right.
So if you take say before COVID or after COVID, आप 12,000 ले लो, before COVID वाला 2019 का 11,000 ले लो, 12,000 ले लो, या post COVID का 12,000 ले लो. Basically in last 4 to 5 years, Nifty has doubled.
Right.
सो कोई सा भी टाइम फ्रेम आप लेंगे, निफ्टी का रिटर्न आपको 15 से 18% CAGR मिलेगा पिछले 4 से 5 साल का, विच ऑन इट्स ओन इज नॉट आउटलैंडिश. जितना निफ्टी बढ़ा है उतना तो भाई निफ्टी का अर्निंग पर शेयर हैज आल्सो गॉन अप. निफ्टी हैज गॉन अप इन लाइन विद इट्स अर्निंग्स.
Correct.
That is first point. Second point, yes, then you can argue कि भाई but you see this PSU, you see this defense, manufacturing, you see small cap, SME IPO, micro cap. Yes, so look, you are an asset allocator, we are portfolio managers. You have to decide how much to put in equity, how much to put in debt.
Correct.
If you give me money in equity, I have to decide which sector is overvalued, which is undervalued, where to put, where not to put. So market है भाई. There will always be some part of the market which is expensive, some part of the market which is cheap. अभी हमको देखना है कहाँ पैसा लगाना, कहाँ नहीं लगाना.
Right.
So I don't think overall market has gone crazy. Yes, there are some part of the market which is very expensive. We'll stay out of it. But if you ask me, financials, capital market companies, IT, digital, some part of consumer, some part of pharmaceuticals, chemicals, a lot of these parts of the market have been underperforming Nifty for 4-5 years. So we will go for the undervalued part of the market and we'll stay away from the part which has run up a lot. It's just part of active management that we have to factor into our process.
Correct. So what's your sense on the Indian growth story, like for next 5, 7, 10 years?
See, I think that it has only, the situation has only become better, because
Right.
of our two reasons. क्या होता है कि कोई भी आप किसी भी कंट्री का ग्रोथ या परफॉर्मेंस लेंगे, one is it has to be seen relative to what is happening outside. So India was always part of emerging markets. But now what has happened? In emerging markets, the biggest reference point is China. Correct? मैं चाइना से बराबरी नहीं कर रहा हूँ, बहुत बड़ी कंट्री है, बहुत बड़ा उनका ग्रोथ है, GDP है. बट क्या है, their prime is behind them.
Right.
तो अगर आप इंडिया को कंपेयर करते हैं इन अ ग्लोबल रेफरेंस पॉइंट, व्हाट यू विल फाइंड इज दैट अमंगस्ट अदर इमर्जिंग मार्केट्स वी आर स्टैंडिंग आउट रिलेटिवली मच स्ट्रॉन्गर because of the nature of our polity, because of the nature of our economy, because of our capital markets, rule of law, the judiciary, the media, financial institutions. See what has happened in last 3 years in China, right? The biggest industrialist was put under house arrest.
Correct. Correct.
Ed tech sector, gaming sector, all of these things, they said we don't want investment in these sectors. And, you can see, now real estate, and so many challenges are coming up. So
True.
in last 4
Absolutely.
to 5 years, I don't mean to get philosophical here, but last 4 to 5 years, why India's, you call it growth story or India is shining or whatever you call it, why it is coming out much more starkly and sharply? क्योंकि हमको तो वो दिखता है जो हम अंदर बैठ के देख रहे हैं, लेकिन दुनिया में क्या दिख रहा है? Because we are, it's a global equity market. If you compare with the external world, what the biggest learning for people has been that to be a effective capital market, you need to be a functioning democracy, right? Because if there is intervention, right, in every sector, in markets, every sector, if there is massive government intervention, which is very, very strong-armed, strong-handed, then, market suffers. Investors lose confidence. Whereas if you see in last 10, 15 years, India has improved quite dramatically, right? Few
Right.
years back, we had retrospective taxation. We were fragile by all these things. Now see where we are. We are seen to be industry friendly. We are giving
Correct.
production linked incentive. We are giving red carpet. Companies like Vodafone, भाई 15 साल पहले, we were trying to tax them retrospectively. Today our government is saying कि भाई अगर आप स्पेक्ट्रम का पैसा नहीं दे सकते हो तो हम ही आपका इक्विटी ले लेंगे. So much change has happened, right? So what I feel is that not to repeat things like, what is our demography, what is our growth rate. Basically, why I given you this perspective is because our market is seen on the canvas of the global market, correct? And
Right.
there, because of our economic performance, because of our quality of governance, because of the institutions, because of regulations, we are standing out starkly as a more bankable proposition.
Very true.
So internally there is excitement, but I'm trying to tell you that externally how we are seen, that is very important, because that is what is driving all the investment and the activities.
करेक्ट. वो कहते हैं ना, जो करेक्शंस टेम्परेरी या ग्रोथ स्टोरी परमानेंट है, तो आई थिंक वो एप्लीकेबल होता है इंडियन इकोनॉमी में.
Absolutely right. Absolutely.
Correct.
Absolutely. I think two very important insights, Ashish, we can learn from here, that corrections are inherent to market, and every year we are going to see, 10 to 15% kind of correction, and maybe after every 4 5 years we might have a bigger correction also, 25 to 30%. We might have different reasons every time, but we can't avoid them. So best we can do is, I think we can just go and investing in a disciplined way and earn that 15 to 18% CAGR, which is actually expected from equity market. And by taking a wrong base, which is lowest of COVID, our expectation settings have been kind of changed completely. But if we take a reasonable base, which is pre-COVID levels, I think 15 to 18% is the decent returns which market has generated in last 5 years. And by that way, I think markets are not overpriced. So I think this is a very, very important insight we all should carry from this conversation. Jumping on to next question, Ashish. Sometimes client is not sure about the financial goals, but still उसको investment करना है and अपनी journey को start करना है. We get this question quite often कि क्या amount से I should start? What is the right amount? What is the right amount of SIP or the lump sum? What do you suggest? So how, what should be the right formula around it? How we can maybe make it more structured, and we can have percentages and a rule around it.
Sure. So, I think anybody who, it's a good thing that nowadays youngsters, one is because I told you that structurally the number of people who are coming of age, that itself is rising very, very rapidly. And second is, of course, our markets have become better regulated, more conducive, and digitized, so more conducive for participation. So it's natural that a lot of people want to join the capital market. Now, if you don't know where you are going, right, then you don't know which vehicle to take. Correct?
Completely
Meaning that
agree.
you cannot start your journey without deciding which way you are headed.
Absolutely.
When do you want to reach? And to reach where you want to reach, what speed you need to drive. पैदल जा सकते हो या हवाई जहाज लेना पड़ेगा. Correct? So I think what you asked is very important, that young people today are better educated. Their risk profile is better than ours, what was 25 years back. Their socio-economic background, level of information, access, technology, regulation, market framework, everything has become conducive to their participation. Correct? And maybe they have much more information and insight than we had 25 years back. But still, I think that they need the support of wealth managers like yourselves. The reason is because कि भाई आपके पास साधन सारे हैं, लेकिन जाना कहाँ है आपको, करना क्या है, right? If you don't know that, then I don't think, then you'll end up misusing whatever tools are available to you, right? You might start driving in the wrong direction. You might start driving recklessly, right? You may not do enough investment. You may not do enough investment for a long perspective. So I think that, you can't start driving without knowing where you want to go. It's as simple as that. So people should not be, yes, every month you have some surplus left with you and you're doing SIP in a fund. That is good. That's a welcome start. But ultimately, everybody should sit together with somebody who's a wealth manager or a financial advisor, who can understand their needs, because it's a probing. Yeah? You need to ask people the right questions, then the right answers will come.
Absolutely.
Everybody needs a sounding board. So yes, it's as simple as that. Don't start driving if you don't know where you're going. Just because you have a vehicle, it doesn't mean you start just moving out.
Absolutely. Just to summarize what Ashish just told us, that if we don't know the destination, we'll be clueless completely. And second, to reach the destination and to have because there can be 5 different routes to reach a destination, which route I should be taking, I should know, I should have somebody to do a hand holding for me. I think this is really, really important, Ashish. Thank you so much for guiding us.
Ashish, coming to the next question, traditionally we have seen a lot of love of Indians towards real estate and gold as an asset class. But how important is equity as an asset class to generate wealth?
See, I think क्या है कि first of all, real estate is not an investment for everybody. Right?
Correct.
Unfortunately, what happens is that the amount of capital that it requires. See, there is only one way that young people can get started with real estate is only if they are going to, borrow, take loans, do those kinds of things, right?
Right.
And everybody doesn't want to get leveraged. Put 10% of your capital, take 90% borrowing from a bank, then start paying EMIs. It adds to a lot of inflexibility when it comes to your financial resources and your financial planning, right? It makes you tied to your job, right? So everybody cannot, even if loans are available, it's not everybody's cup of tea to start investing in real estate because ticket sizes are high,
Very huge.
illiquidity. It needs
Correct.
you to borrow if you're a youngster who doesn't have capital. So many challenges. So I think real
Correct.
estate, beyond the point, real estate is not an investment for 99% of the people. Correct.
Correct.
So then it comes mainly that capital market products, like either fixed income or equity. And within that, what happens is that if you are somebody who wants growth over the long term, then equity is the only asset class. Correct? So क्या है कि somebody starting their journey today, if you're a youngster, the number of options are quite limited. When you become 45, 50 years of age, when you have 20 years of earnings behind you, when you have accumulated a corpus, then many doors and windows open up. But when you're starting, when you're starting, you need high growth and you need discipline.
Right. Right. So, post COVID, we have seen a lot of traction towards gold also, because returns are high. People are very fascinated about adding gold as an asset class. So, what's your sense that how much the gold should be added in your asset class in your portfolio as the right allocation?
See, two things are there. Either you say that, "Ke bhai, I am a risk-taking investor or a risk-seeking investor,
Right.
and I can, I have the gumption for any amount of volatility." So या तो आप बोल दो कि भाई I am a risk-seeking investor who can tolerate any amount of volatility, so I will put only money in equity, and
Correct.
I'm going to keep on investing every month, and I'm going to forget about it for the next 5-10 years. So I'm in accumulation mode, right? So you are a risk-taking investor. You put in equity, keep investing regularly, forget about it. Or you say, okay, bhai, look, I have a corpus in equity, right? And I know that from time to time, like I myself said, कि भाई साल में एक बार 10-15% market can fall. That
Correct.
you have to assume that volatility is a feature, not a bug. Correct? So या तो आप you're in the former bucket कि भाई I am an equity investor, ये सब volatility वगैरह ठीक है. Or you say कि भाई I have a corpus. अब उस corpus में ना ऊंच नीच नहीं झेल पाते. I get sleepless night if it goes down 20%.
Correct.
Right? So if you are somebody who wants to cut the volatility of your portfolio and you want, more stability, less volatility, then you must have gold in your portfolio.
Right.
Gold and also fixed income.
Correct.
And the point is that if you are going to have 90% or 80% equity, and even say 60% equity, and you put 5-10% gold, then that 5-10% gold is not going to change the volatility of the 60% equity.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
so either you clearly say I am a equity investor, हमारा कुछ लिक्विड में इमरजेंसी का पैसा पड़ा रहता है, उसके अलावा हम इक्विटी इन्वेस्टर है, तो फिर आप इक्विटी करो और फिर ये सब चीजों के ऊपर ध्यान मत दो.
Right.
But if you're in the second bucket where you say, bhai, I cannot tolerate volatility, sometime I might need the money. So I need some decent corpus for me to survive for a couple of years. I don't want to get sleepless nights if equity goes down. Then you better have a more, like a 60% equity, 20% debt, and gold should be at least 20%. देखिए
Sure.
20-25, देखिए या तो आप गोल्ड रखो ही मत पोर्टफोलियो में, और अगर आप सेकंड बकेट वाले इन्वेस्टर हो और गोल्ड आपको रखना है वॉलेटिलिटी कम करने के लिए, तब तो आप 20-25% रखो. बिकॉज
Right.
क्या होता है कि कई लोगों के पोर्टफोलियो में, जैसे हम बहुत बार बोलते हैं दैट लोगों के घर में गोल्ड ऑर्नामेंटल होता है, तो
बिल्कुल.
पोर्टफोलियो में ऑर्नामेंटल नहीं होना चाहिए. अगर पोर्टफोलियो में रखना है तो फिर कुछ लिहाज से रखो, कुछ कैलकुलेशन के साथ रखो.
Correct.
दैट्स द पॉइंट.
Right. Got it. Got it.
So thank you so much, Ashish, for telling us the importance of asset allocation and how should we do it. So I'll club last two questions because next question more or less we have covered, but still if you have any other perspective around it, would definitely like to hear that. So these days, especially young population think that they can manage their money on their own. So why right financial advisor is important and crucial in everyone's life. Also, there are a lot of new investors who have been added after COVID, especially, what do we call them, Gen Z generation. And the expectation setting of the returns of this generation is not less than 25% of CAGR. So what is one financial advice you would like to give to this set of clients who have come after COVID only and who have not tasted markets in red? So what advice you have for them?
देखो क्या है कि आई एम नियरिंग 50 years of age. अभी हम लोग को एडवाइस देने का बहुत आदत है, और जो लोग अभी 20-25 साल के हैं, people who are 20-25 years of age and who have actually seen last 3-4 years that they keep getting 20-25-30% return every year, they will find it कि भाई इनका तो काम है एडवाइस देना, ये देते रहते हैं एडवाइस.
True.
But look, unless the market really falls, and unless people really see that 100 can become 70 or 75, no amount of advice can prepare you for how you will feel when your 100 becomes 75. Correct? So the least that we can tell all our friends is that, look, once in a while it happens. Okay? And you better, at that point in time, you better have the gumption not to just liquidate everything and run away. Correct? So however easy it may look, it's not as easy as it looks. And I'll tell you, a lot of people actually came into the market not just because of digitization after COVID. Actually, a lot of people came in the market because first digitization wave started in demonetization.
Correct.
Right? तो अब देखिए, जो लोग 2017-18 में आए ना, उन्होंने 2019-20 बहुत खराब देखा है.
Absolutely.
और जो लोग 2020-21 में आए ना, उनको लगता है कि दिस इज अ केक वॉक. सो क्या है कि भाई जो 2018 में आए उनको बोलना चाहिए कि जितना लगता है उतना मुश्किल नहीं है, और जो 2020-21 में आए उनको बोलना चाहिए कि भाई लगता है उतना आसान भी नहीं है. Market is there to teach a lesson to people who know everything. Correct? See, क्या होता है कि when I was young, I thought I know everything. Right? Now that I'm nearing 50, I realize I don't know anything. So it's a process of maturing. I think no amount of giving advice is going to. I think everybody has to experience their own. So my philosophy is very clear. I never tell anybody not to do something. I tell them that भाई उतना ही करो जितना झेल सकते हो. जो एक्सपेरिमेंट करना है करो, लेकिन तमीज से करो, उतना ही करो जितना झेल सकते हो. देखो, पैसा बोरो करके एफएनओ में लगा दोगे तो फिर तो मतलब आप उसको झेल नहीं पाओगे, राइट? बर्दाश्त नहीं कर पाओगे, राइट?
Correct.
Right? Say, forget FNO, forget borrowing. Say that, however much money I may have, मैं पूरा का पूरा पैसा स्मॉल कैप में लगा देता हूँ. तो देखो क्या है कि भाई जब ऊपर जाता है तब तो 20-30% ऊपर जाता है, लेकिन जब 2018 के पीक से 2018 के पीक में जो स्मॉल कैप इंडेक्स का लेवल था ना, वो गिरने उठने सब कुछ करने के बाद मार्च 2023 में भी सेम लेवल था.
Right.
5 साल 2 महीने बाद.
Agree.
So, ये सब स्मॉल कैप, ये सब थीमेटिक, these have very high volatility, and the min max range is very, very wide, right? So I never tell anybody not to do something. I just tell them that don't get into something where you will not be able to tolerate the minimum. Because you've seen a series of maximums. आप उसका खराब सिनेरियो अगर टॉलरेट नहीं कर पाओगे तो प्लीज वो मत करो फिर देन. That's the thing. I think we have to explain to people about perspective that I cannot say anybody don't do this or do this. I can only give them the perspective and all the probabilities कि भाई देखो ऐसा भी हो सकता है, ऐसा भी हो सकता है. अभी तक तुमने ये देखा है, ऐसे होगा तो झेल पाओगे कि नहीं झेल पाओगे. I think that we have to explain to people that what is the worst case outcome, वो भी mind में रखना.
Absolutely.
Correct.
I think again, very, very important point, Ashish. We've learned today that risky cheese try करनी है, like, FNO trading, gambling, or, putting everything into a small cap. Do that, but you should have a capping around it. It is very,
Yes.
very important to have a capping around it. Second, 100 को 50 बनने में -50% लगता है. But if I have to make 50 to 100, it's a 100% return.
Yeah.
So, losing, putting your entire 100 rupees in one risky asset class can be, damaging to your overall returns. So, I think amazing and very, very important point which we have, derived from this conversation.
Ashish, before we wrap up this session now, we'd like to do a quick rapid fire round with you.
Sure.
So
Sure.
so the first question coming to your way is, what was your age when you started your first SIP?
Oh my God. Okay. No, it must have been much. नहीं, एक्चुअली इफ यू रियली आस्क मी ना, मैं अपने आप को बहुत डिसिप्लिन, रैपिड फायर तो तुरंत आंसर देना चाहिए, बट आई थिंक इट मस्ट हैव बीन वेरी लेट यार. मस्ट बी 2005-6. आई मस्ट हैव बीन नियरली 29-30.
Okay.
So, Ashish, what is your money mantra?
Wow, very difficult question. I think, see, if you really ask me, मुझे क्या लगता है कि everybody should try to maximize their wealth. Okay, I'll explain why I said that. It's not exactly come out as a mantra, but it's a philosophy. Why I'm saying, so maximizing wealth is important for me. And I feel everybody who has the ability should maximize their wealth. And I'll tell you the reason why. देखिए क्या होता है कि बहुत सारे ना 99% लोग या 90% लोगों के पास तो वो स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट ही नहीं है.
Right.
तो जिनके पास वो वेंटेज पॉइंट या स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट है, वो अगर मैक्सिमाइज करेंगे तब जाकर के सोसाइटी का कुछ बनेगा. जैसे आजकल जो लोग क्या बोलते हैं, फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट रिटायर अर्ली, मतलब कि भाई मैं 40-45 साल का हूं, मेरे पास 2-5 करोड़ इकट्ठा हो गया ना तो मैं रिटायर करके घर पे बैठ जाऊंगा. तो देखिए क्या है कि भाई अगर आप 40-45 साल की उम्र में 2-5 करोड़ कमा लिए तो मतलब बॉस, यू आर द क्रीम ऑफ सोसाइटी, यू आर इनक्रेडिबली स्मार्ट गाय, यू आर क्रीम ऑफ सोसाइटी, यू कुड हैव डन अ लॉट मोर.
Right.
अब क्या है कि आप अपना 2-5 करोड़ जमा करके घर पे बैठ गए, तो भाई वो 2-5 करोड़ आपने खुद तो नहीं बनाया ना, सोसाइटी का भी रोल है ना उसमें.
Right.
आपके कस्टमर्स हैं, एम्प्लॉइज हैं, रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क है, इतनी बड़ी तादाद है, पॉपुलेशन है, इतना बड़ा मार्केट साइज है, तो आप भी एक सिस्टम में रह के बना रहे हो ना. तो जब सिस्टम ने आपको वेंटेज पॉइंट दिया है ना, तो उसको मैक्सिमाइज करो. क्यों? क्योंकि बाकी 80-90% के पास वो वेंटेज पॉइंट नहीं है, वो आपका स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट ही नहीं है उनके पास.
Correct.
तो अब जिन सब लोगों को सिस्टम एक वेंटेज पॉइंट या स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट देता है, वो सब लोग केवल अपना सेल्फिश पर्पस समझ के घर पे बैठ जाएंगे, तो सिस्टम का कुछ नहीं बनेगा ना. देयर आर इनफ नंबर ऑफ पीपल हु आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन अस फॉर
Right.
देयर फ्यूचर. तो मुझे क्या लगता है कि जिसका भी वेंटेज पॉइंट है ना, उसने अपना वेल्थ मैक्सिमाइज करना चाहिए. फिर भाई आपको कुछ नहीं करना है ना, तो आप स्कूल बना दो, हॉस्पिटल बना दो, आप चैरिटी कर दो. सबने करना चाहिए एक्चुअली.
Correct.
So I think आजकल क्या है, sometime I find that people don't think enough about maximizing wealth. Young people are talking about fire.
Yes.
तो यार if Mr. Ambani starts thinking about fire, तो हमारे तो सब मतलब 3% GDP उड़ जाएगा हमारा.
Absolutely. I think
Correct.
a very, very important point you made here.
Yeah. Coming to the third question, what do you buy the most every month? Business suits or SIP?
Business, sorry.
Business suits. Your business suit or SIP?
Yeah, actually, yeah. See, I work for an AMC, so it's a tricky question. यार हम लोगों का तो 20% of our post-tax salary is automatically deposited in our funds. So that has to
Right.
be the biggest. There's no other thing.
Okay.
So we are entering into your personal portfolio, Ashish. What is the CAGR you enjoy on your investments?
मैं कभी नहीं गिनता हूँ actually. I never calculate. I've never calculated. The reason is very simple because there's no starting point and ending point. Na? See,
Correct.
I'm now nearing 50. I've been investing for 25 years. There are many times I've built a portfolio, liquidated it, bought some asset, built a portfolio, liquidated, done something else, diversified it between real estate and equity. I never put money in the bank deposit. I never put money in liquid. Okay. So if I need money, I have to withdraw from equity. If I have money, I have to invest in equity. So
Correct.
मुझे कोई ऐसा बोलता ना कि मेरा मतलब सी yes when I was 25-year-old if I had enough money जहाँ पे मैं separately एक अपना equity portfolio बना के manage करता, अब क्या है कि I have always worked in a AMC all my life, so I'm not allowed to trade in stocks, right? I have understanding and I have some ideas. At any point in time I have some ideas, but I'm not allowed to buy stocks. So I've never computed my own CAGR, but it must be, I'm quite certain it must be upwards of 20% or something like that, but never
Wow.
computed.
Great. Ashish, if you would have not been into this profession, then what you would have been?
This is the final question. So,
yeah, no, 2-3 things. I could have been a lawyer, for example. I
Okay.
could have been a lawyer. I could have been a teacher. Yeah, either a lawyer or a teacher. One of the two things.
Wonderful.
Or a journalist, actually. I could have been a journalist or writer also.
That's a very interesting profile, journalism.
yes.
Thank you.
So Ashish, with this we come to the end of the show. Thank you so much to be part of our show, सीधी बात Investment Gurus. सबसे पहले आपने viewers को एक direction दी, and you also shared important insights about right investing. So I think this will surely help our investors and viewers to take more informed decisions about their hard-earned money. So thank you so much once again, Ashish, to be part of our show. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ashish, for coming and joining us.
Thanks.
Thank you.